A seemingly normal hunt turns out to be a very special one. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is definitely nice to see you here. Now, I wanted to make a quick correction on an error I made in last week's video. During the Mystery Solved segment, I erroneously stated that Rick, who had solved the mystery find, was from Australia. He's not. As a matter of fact, he lives in the complete opposite direction, just outside Toronto, Canada. So I wanted to extend my apologies to Rick for my inexplicable wrong way Feldman moment. Well, after last week's hunt at that 50s yard, I was raring to get back to that new permission. And when I did, I learned that I also had permission to hunt a little house that sits across the street. Well, that little house has a nice big lawn. So I grabbed my Equinox 800 that I got from our friends at Kellyco, and I got started. Well, over there is the house from last week's video where I found all that silver. And I'll probably be going back there a little later this morning, but I wanted to hunt the house right across the street from it, because this house was built in 1945, and it just looks really nice. It's got a nice sloping hill here. I can see a lot of kids playing here, so I'm over here in the backyard of the place, and I did get a nice 12, and it was 7-8 inches down. And I got a nice early 1948 Jefferson. So very happy to see that. And we'll see what else we get here. Well, this one was giving me a 17. It said it was deep. When I noticed it wasn't in a hole, it was in the plug. I thought, well, it's probably going to be something small. And it definitely is. I think I got a little play coin. Yeah, I think so. Probably going to be a dime, but I'll get it cleaned up a little later and get you a picture of it. But it's in really good shape, so happy to have it. Got a nice 12 signal, and I dug down and I got an early Jefferson. This one's going to be a 1953. Got something kind of interesting here. It was a 19, and let me turn my pinpointer off. It's kind of pop metal, and it's some kind of a pendant or something, but it kind of looks like the back end of an old station wagon to me. Tail lights, tires, tailgate. So I don't know, have any idea what this went on, but it's pretty cool looking. Well, this thing was giving me a 19 up to a 21. Dug down about 5 inches, and I knew what it was right away when I saw the shape of it. It's an old pin, and this one, yep, it's going to be a real nice early Girl Scouts pin. Very cool. Definitely like that. This one was giving me a nice high tone, 27 to 29. About 6 inches down, threw the dirt up on the drop cloth, and I see a silver dime. I don't know what it is, haven't picked it up yet. Looks like I have a silver Rosie. I will definitely take that. That is a 1958. That's awesome. Definitely like getting these, and yep, looks like it might be a Denver mint mark. Could be San Francisco. I'm having a little trouble seeing it, but very cool. I'll get it cleaned up, but definitely happy. Always nice getting a little bit of silver. Well, this next thing was giving me a 13, and I saw it. As soon as it popped up, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. So it's actually a car part. Now this goes on the door. It's part of the door lock mechanism, and it's going to be from the 40s to the early 60s. So pretty cool piece right there, and if you ever dig one of these, now you'll know what it is. Well, I just couldn't take it. That 50s yard across the street was calling my name incessantly. So I decided to take a little break from the yard I was in and go over there and see what else that yard might have for me to find. Now, I'm really glad I did because I found some very cool finds. And afterwards, when I talked to the owners and they started telling me the stories of their house, those finds really started to make sense. And by the end of this hunt, this became the perfect example of history makes a find a treasure. Well, got something really strange here. It's giving me like a 1617. Check this thing out. Look at that. I have no idea what that is. It shines up nice. Big old ball right there. I don't know. Pinball? I don't know. It's pretty darn cool though. I don't know. I think it might be a little big for a pinball machine, but whatever it is, I can't even talk anymore. It's getting so hot. But whatever it is, it's a first for me. Well, got another nice find right here. Give me a 2526. Dug down and I was hoping for one and I got one, but this is going to be the first silver rosy that I've gotten here. Everything else has been a mercury so far. I'm going to go ahead and spray it off. We'll see what year it is. So that's awesome. That is the 7th silver coin out of this yard, and that's pretty awesome. 1956. That was a good year. I wasn't there for it, but I know it was a very good year. Alright, that's going to be a Denver mint mark too. So very cool. I'm definitely happy to have that. Well, just running another row in this yard, and I got a nice 21 high tone. I dug down and check it out. I got a nice little sterling ring. I'm pretty sure this is going to be silver. I'll have to spray it down, but it's a very cool old band. I'll get that cleaned up and get you a better look at it, but definitely like seeing that in the ground. Well, this is different. Let me just say that. It was give me a 21, 22, just below the surface. I popped it out and cleaned it up already, but it's kind of cool. It says Malibu Castle Showboat Fun Center. Some kind of arcade token. And on the back it says Malibu Money. That's pretty cool. Not super old, but 80s, 90s, somewhere in there. Well, I checked the hole before I went my way, and check it out. 2 more of the Malibu tokens. That's pretty cool. A little bit different right there. Malibu Grand Prix. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, it probably came from Pigeon Forge, but not too shabby. 3 tokens, 1 hole. Well, I just dug this up. It rang a 17, and it actually unscrews. But I am really not sure what this is. It's threaded. It doesn't really come off. It just it unthreads about that far. A ring on each end. I don't know. I'm gonna get it cleaned up. I wanted to show it to you just in case it turned out to be something interesting, but kind of at a loss on this one. Well, I finally got one out of this yard. Give me a nice solid 12, and after all the Jeffersons I've been digging, and I don't complain about digging those, but I really was hoping to get one of these, and I just did. Check it out. Buffalo nickel, and it's looking pretty darn nice. Might get a date off this one. There's a lot of meat on it still. Yep, I think I will, but I'll clean it up more when I get home. But wow, that was just under this root, maybe 2 inches, right in the front yard. Well, just up from there where I got that buffalo nickel, in between the roots once again, just a couple inches down, I got a nice early weedy. This one's going to be a 1942 with the Philadelphia mint mark. Very cool. Well, next thing was giving me a 22, 23, nice high tone. There's some broken china in here. It's actually kind of cool, but this is what was giving me the signal, and it's a pretty cool looking bottle cap I've never seen before. It says Frankfurt Distilleries. It has 2 hands shaking hands with each other, and then Louisville and Baltimore above and below it. So pretty cool piece. Definitely look forward to looking that one up and find a little bit more about that company. He just got home and she just came out the front door, and I said, I found something really cool and I'm going to show y'all. He gave me a 15. Now, you might not think anything of that, but I happened to flip it over when it popped out, and that is a Dragnet badge from the old TV show. It's a sergeant's badge from remember Just a Facts Man? Yes. The old TV show? Well, that's what this is. You can see.
So what year you think it is?
This is going to be like 50s, but these are like premiums that they sent to kids to wear. And you can see that is the Los Angeles City Hall, and it says Sergeant up here. So it says badge down here.
Oh man!
So is that something that your dad would have had as a toy?
Would you order it? Yeah. Would you?
Yeah, you'd win them and everything.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what. I'll give you the camera. Just stay on the badge right there. You'll be doing better than I do. And I'll spray it down and we'll brush it off, and you can see how cool this is. Almost ran out of water. I found so many silver coins last time I was here. Hopefully this dirt comes off. But as you can, it's trying. They're really fragile, so. But you can start to see the building and the sergeant. But this is,
yeah, it's cool.
Wow.
That is an awesome little piece. I love these.
Do you think they're? I mean, what is the value of something like that?
Nominal. But
right, they're
just really hard to find metal detecting.
Yeah.
You know, you go on eBay and buy one for $10.
Right.
It means a lot more when you find it on the ground.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, well, after finding that Dragnet badge, I got to talking to the homeowners. And it turns out the family had built the house in the early 1950s. And his dad had played in the yard almost every single day as a young boy. As a matter of fact, the pair of 1944 Mercury dimes that I found in the same hole in last week's episode was virtually the same spot where his dad operated his lemonade stand every summer. Now, he also told me that his dad loved to wear badges because he loved to play cowboys and Indians with his friends in the neighborhood. And right then and there was no doubt in my mind that this Dragnet badge belonged to his dad, and there was no way that I was not going to be giving it back to his son. Well, on top of that, I learned that a little girl lived in that white house across the street. And I also learned that they were the best of friends and spent a lot of time playing together in both their yards. And that's when it clicked for me, the 1950s Girl Scout pin. There's a strong likelihood that it belonged to that little girl back then. So I gave it to the homeowners as well to be proudly displayed next to that amazing Dragnet badge. Now, I also got this amazing picture, and it's of his dad as a young boy holding his dog, and he's standing in virtually the exact spot where I found the pair of mercury dimes in the same hole. And if you notice in the background, that's the little white house where the girl lived. Now, I also wanted to thank Wade and Linda so much for allowing me to metal detect and share in their family stories. And here's a picture of them with his mom and dad and their 2 children, representing 3 of the 4 generations that have called this house a home. Now, I also gave them one of each old coin that was found in their yard, from the wheat penny all the way up to the silver Washington quarter. That's one of the greatest things about our hobby, is our ability to give something back. Oh, and by the way, Wade's dad's birthday was just 2 days ago, and he would have been 76 years old today. Now, here's one more look at all the treasures that were found in this episode. Well, I can definitely say that making this video definitely made me feel good, and I hope it made you feel good watching as well. And in keeping with that theme, I just had to share some feel-good historical photos with you. And I know you're going to love these, and they're coming up in just a few seconds. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure, and I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.